Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsnews.com, and today we have Mr. Sandeep Menon, who is the Director Marketing for Google India, and we are going to have some talks with him. Hello sir, welcome.
Hi Abhishek, good to have you at the Google House. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really like the overall theme and the kind of setup you have actually done.
Yeah.
I really like this Google Baba as well. I call him the Google Baba, however it may not be the Google Baba. Anyways, so let's go ahead and start some questions.
Yeah.
So this is again related to the Google Voice search.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us how Google Voice search is actually going in the direction so that it is more personalized for the Indian audience? How voice actions are going to get better, how the search scenario will get better, how it will be more closer to the Indian audience in future from now.
So Abhishek, as you know, Google Voice Search was something which was launched 2 to 3 years back, right? But one of the things which was stifling its growth in India is that, of course, it was based on the Western accent, American, British. So when people like, I tried, it really didn't give that great answers. So what our engineers have worked really hard over the past, let's say 12 to 18 months is enabling Google Voice Search to work perfectly well with Indian accent. And as you saw today, I think it's reached a stage where it can answer a wide variety of questions around all topics, and it's as good as, if not better than, any voice search in any other language across the globe right now. So that's the first thing. And in order to make that happen, what we did was we worked with lots of people. We had 700 volunteers across India collecting thousands of voice samples, which are voice search engine analyzed, our speech recognition engine analyzed, and we made it sure that it works well for all kind of use cases, all kind of Indian accents across India, different parts of India.
So when we compare Google now, as of now, or the Google search application on iOS platform, for example, an iPhone 5 or 5S, and when we compare it with the Nexus 5, how different are these two? How different are the kind of features which you are offering on that particular site? Is there anything?
So I think it's pretty much the same. We first launched it on Android, but right now you can avail the same voice search experience on any Android phone from Android 2.3 plus. It can work on any iOS phone, and it can also work on any Chrome browser on your desktop, and the features are pretty much the same.
Okay. So talking about the personalized search experience, do we get to see something, especially in our local language like Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, happening in future on Google now? Or will it be English all the time? So
Google Search, as you know, is already available in many Indian languages, and 8 Indian languages other than English right now. So one of the things we are really passionate about in India is digitizing India. And to your point, India is beyond English, right? Currently, we have 200 million internet users in India. If we have to get that number to 500 million in the next 3 to 4 years, we do need an internet. We do need applications that work in all Indian languages.
So including the Google Voice Search as well?
So we do not actually comment on upcoming releases, but suffice to say that local language is an area that we are incredibly focused on, and we really hope and to make sure that all the features that we have on Google is readily available to Indians who speak multiple languages.
Okay, so you talked about digitizing the complete Indian geography.
Yes.
So can we like, for example, Google Fiber is a great example with which can bring a big change in the Indian economy, especially for the Indian people out there. So Google Fiber is something which should come to India. Can we expect that to come to India, or can you stop?
See, Google Fiber, when we did in the US, was for a specific use case. It was to show what the power of unlimited speed can do, right? It was actually an experiment. It said, what if everybody had 100 Mbps plus connectivity? What would it do in terms of usage? And it has thrown up some really, really interesting results. To be honest to you, I don't think the fundamental problem that is facing Google India's access scenario is something like 100 Mbps connections. Like we have much more basic needs. Currently, there are only about 2 million households in India which have what we call decent broadband, right? So there's so much more which needs to be done in this space. I think the government, especially the new government, is working on a ton of initiatives in that space, and we really believe that as more and more services on the broadband front, but also on the mobile front with new technologies like LTE rolling out, there's going to be a big upsurge in usage of internet, especially on usage of services like YouTube, which is great, but I always say that we could have much more active usage if only our internet speed situation is better.
So talking about the personalized Google voice search experience of Google now, especially, can we expect to see something like very specific to the person interest. For example, if I want to buy the best butter chicken, especially nearby where I'm actually at for the location, or if I want to buy a Luxor pen, for example, if I would like to actually find out a shop which is nearby from where I can buy that particular specific. So specific object kind of a search scenario in which they're kind of very much concentrated towards the user needs. Can we expect to see that kind of personalization or customizations in the Google now?
See, right now you could use Google search for all of the queries you mentioned, right? So I am a big foodie, so I do search for best butter chicken in Delhi, where I can, if you want to buy a pen or a specific item, if you want to buy a specific thing, you can do that. Local search is available. But to your question on personalization, the way Google now is set up is that there are a variety of topics, a variety of areas where you can add interest in. Right now we have things like sports, we have things like weather, we have things like traffic, and if you go to the Google Now customization button, you can see that you can, every day we're introducing more and more topics which you can have personalized recommendation on.
So especially talking about the Google Now cards, is there any specific option of these cards getting popped up based on your location where you are? And they will suggest you, okay, you have actually went to a coffee shop in this particular area. It will suggest you, would you like to go for a coffee? And then you tap on it and then you take the action and you navigate with the help of Google Maps.
So right now it has that, right? So well, let's say when I visit Bombay, right?
Does that on its own? Like
yes, so if I go to, let's say I often travel to Bombay. When I travel to Bombay and when I go to Google Now, when I swipe up, I can see it'll say, here are some restaurants nearby, right? Because it knows that restaurants is one of my areas of interest, right? So it'll show, here are some restaurants nearby, I can see the ratings and stuff like that, and then I can read more about it. So such functionality is already available in Google Now.
So again, taking that functionality to the next level, for example, there are some offers available at the nearby coffee shop for which it will prompt you.
Yeah, so we have something called nearby offers, which is there in the US. It's not available anywhere outside of the US now.
So that is not available as of India, and you are not focusing on that?
So like I said, means I can never know what will come in the future, but at this point in time, it's not available.
Okay. Thanks for time.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, great to have you here.